a number of stories across the Vanguard, the Punch, and the Guardian newspaper. However, as I always like to emphasize, we cannot take opinion on each story. Sometimes we do 8-10 stories. It will be difficult, right, to have a conversation or take feedback on each story, which is why we oftentimes create an avenue for feedback, but on about 2, maybe in some cases 3 stories. However, we have Thursday now. Thursday is a day that is dedicated for general discourse. So if there's something you'd like to talk about but our restriction on stories prevented you from doing so, Open Mic Thursday is an opportunity for you to bring that conversation. So if something happened on and give your comment and your opinions on the matter. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win situation. But for this morning, we have 2 stories on the table. We're going to talk Lagos, we're going to talk Kaduna State. As we analyzed this morning, it was actually the first story we spoke about. There were reports, right, especially from international media, that's where we first saw it, that abduction that happened in Kaduna State, right, confirmation of victims or the numbers of abducted persons was released in Kaduna State. Had put out a statement that, well, this did not happen. There was no abduction that happened. Well, we continue to then see as well who had said, well, this happened. We also had a correspondent on ground who joined the Situation Room yesterday, sending us lives and identities of these individuals. A nursing mom and 2 others had been abducted. The child was left. Persons were released after paying ransom. So they had just recovered from paying a lawmaker. We have the political, those who are politically affiliated. Necessarily this morning, the Nigeria Police Force has now put out a statement affirming this incident. In fact, just because I do not want any confusion, I would take out time paraphrasing, and this is you pushing a narrative. I will read to you verbatim what the Nigeria Police Force about 10 hours ago on their verified Facebook page. This is the press statement. Incident at 괛ᴏᴜ community. Incident in 괛ᴏᴜ, a remote community in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. As a matter of utmost priority. Upon receiving the report, the Kaduna State Security Council was convened by the government. Had earlier been confirmed by the police and described it as false. This created uncertainty and reinforced the need for caution and thorough. Comments made by the Commissioner of Police, those remarks which have since been widely misinterpreted, were not a denial of the incident, but a measured response pending confirmation of details from the field, including the identities and the number of those affected. The Nigeria Police Force therefore activated coordinated security operations, working closely with other security agencies, with a clear focus on locating and safely operational and intelligence assets to Kajuru and surrounding communities to protect life and properties. The Nigeria Police Force information and avoid speculation or sensational reporting continued to provide hours ago by the Nigeria Council, most especially the Commissioner of Police, more specifically regarding the incidents where he had, denied that this incident happened. Some individuals from that community who had told the state government that the incident did not happen. At that time, they needed to be sure, hence the position that the Commissioner of Police took earlier, where he refused to say anything. But it would seem that they now have information about it, right? And they have deployed security aid on securing the release of those who have been abducted. So that is the explanation of the police force at this. Have read to you what the police said. And I'm emphasizing once again, this is what, and so the police had said no abduction happened. The statement was to verify before we told you anything. Now we verified and we're working towards fixing the situation. That is what the situation is. So let's insinuating that there was no abduction. Wasn't there a way to communicate what the contestation for how many people were abducted? But while media outlets were already reporting Al Jazeera had somebody on ground, why then the only one as at right now that has accepted that this actually in Nigeria? And what is the explanation? So what should we of the security architecture in this situation? Because many Christian associations, violent activities that it may be, they are alleging that many things have operatives as well. Their docility and their inactions has continued to Ekwesili. This is not urban development. This is just classism is what she's alleging. This is classism. This Lagos state government is chasing. That Lagos state government, when they spoke and the elders, however, Ekwesili in her recent statement is saying you had breached the agreement that you made with these leaders. You have demolished on to take advantage and commercialize the hearing. They've collected money from international international, the people of Makoko, because they care, is mostly because of profiteering and all the money that they make from international. Should there be, as much as urban development is necessary, for especially for a state that is considered, a mega state, I might increase if consistent demolition and displacement like this happens. What is the plan to manage 1360000? We're live on Facebook and on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM.
Good morning, this is G from Lagos Island.
It's Sage Babalola. Good morning. Yeah.
Right. I don't know why the police is always quick to release statements without doing that. People are not adopted. So, and they are telling us public should not coincidence. The issue is they are telling the Lagos government should have a human space. I beg. You can't say you want to demolish people like that. After start demolishing the buildings. I am not saying it's the NGOs that are costing because they are collecting money. Blah blah blah.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
It's not far from it. It's on the outside. That's why they not been able, or they are able to. The governor of that state said that this one is their statement. You see, when the issue of this, their inconsistency concerning what else, I cannot that.
The didn't happen. So which one? You see, all the TV show, has a space.
Mr. Leader, and the people.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Some that they are doing because of the country. What a government!
We're still calling it allegations, honestly, because that's what they called it. That about 4 people had died following the demolitions. What the exact cause of death was, we do not know. But there were reporting that information is readily available at this time. 091360000410. What? Yes. Good morning.
Ladies, fishing house. Where did the money shout out? The camp for these guys. We should know this. How we can
I'm well, thank you.
Madam, I wouldn't blame you. If you want to spend money, no, then we do that. Who ask? Come on, you know, because my fellow.
Thank you very much. Have a great morning. Hello.
It's why it's calling you. The art of that place. If they are living with very rough life, just in all the government stuff, those who are copying up to 4. That that community of this community, the detail of that community is copyable among them. When you have the news and you are not telling another story, even though if you don't have the best you want to interview something before everything happens. Like I say, okay, wait for 2 minutes, within 2 minutes you get phone to contact those people what is really happening. And when you see the video with the muted, the people around you are need to be promoted, it has been to need to cry out what is really happening. Because if this government come on board. Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Lagos State government have provided a fight for the Makoko people. You understand? We need to be factual with what we are saying. The government has provided an area for them to move to. Again, you see, government needs to be proactive. Let's go back to the Kaduna issue. You see, this is where I blame the agency, that's security agents, because there can be documentation, complication in terms of information. That's another issue. But the bottom line is that the people that is causing insecurity to Nigeria policing, and it's happening from the north. Have a nice day. About that, I was in Makoko yesterday to really go there and investigate the truth. Let me tell you, ordinarily, let's talk about civilization of Lagos. That is when everybody move. No, they have served them.
This situation is because of a journalist. You know that, right?
Let me the Lagos State government. I see Lagos State government just ran into the community and start demolishing houses. It is not like that.
Okay, thank you. I told you that they met with the leaders of the community coffee today, so I have a headache, please. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
The police, let's say, after death. This is death. Why should they run out to the commissioner to say that there was no abduction? And then the the local government chairman who was head of that place, who agreed. So later,
after the worry that there was an abduction. So how will we continue to trust the police? So Nigerian police can never be trusted. So the image one thing that we do right. They are trying to create a class there where we have the rich in Lagos. So I think education is very, very correct. And Lagos State too. So let the poor also be. Even if they are looking for money. So
too much messages at the same time. We have John Bernard. I'm reading from. Why not just say initially that they're still investigating the situation? The police needs to learn Uganda. Security has not improved in Kaduna because I don't speak with my friends in Gonigora in Kaduna State. President Tinubu should make insecurity his priority and not tax. Behaving like a girl and like a man because of governments in this administration has gone. I'll read from WhatsApp as well. We have good morning. People were scooping diesel from fuel tanker and they are defending it. They keep weaponizing poverty corridor of power here by local media because of poverty is mere damage control. This particular incident gives clue to various heinous and sympathizing with those who lost their lives in the Makoko demolition incident. May God help the nation. Stevie Kelly from studio. We have good morning Nigeria. Don't pick for misleading the public. Don't pick us from ones. But until then, let's take phone calls. 09. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Miracle calling from Demo.
Welcome.
The right way, because there's been a whole lot of back and forth with all of this demolition. The other man talking about the journalist being accomplice. All of this story came to light because of the journalist.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. To address allegations about the demolition in Makoko, where he did not say one thing. That those displaced people have been afforded shelter. They deserve it. They are human. Where they should be reallocated to. People, children, women, maybe what you are doing is wrong. Take Jakunde, in the period of 2-3 years, they are suffering. It's bad.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Dr. Cardinal, and of course, we know Nigeria was studying. We shouldn't move to. They are not that slums. And when we look at India, they don't call institute development. I'm not the first to have done this research, but my own study looked at the peculiarity of the sociocultural dynamics. And if you see how it has been done all over the world to develop coastal slum, you should develop institute. Doing that study, we thought we were poor. If you go by what you've heard in India, living on the water is just their way.
I'd like to read it.
What is it?
Can you share your work? I would very much for calling. I appreciate your insight on the subject matter, interesting perspective. The WhatsApp number is 0913-6000-430. 0913-6000-430. Could you yes.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, it is going to be on the Kaduna abduction. And if you look at this kind of news, you don't need any other thing. You don't need even a prophet to tell you that this is a confused government and for direction. They know what they are doing, but they don't know the impact and the destruction and the dilemma that the citizens are passing through with this kind of things they are doing. If you look at this kind of thing, you don't need anybody to tell you that this kind of thing is a sign of failed government. Where government will deny that just how can anybody defend it? And some people will come out to defend it, exposing Nigeria to Trump that there is a Christian killing in Nigeria, and they are not spending billions to cover all the needs to get this information without anybody to explain to them what is going on.
Yes. Are we surprised? That was a get your heart from I think thing, and it's embarrassing, and they have lost the confidence, and the government and the security give them. It's unfortunate, sir. Propaganda.
It's unfortunate.
360000430. Apologize for the disruption on the live. Your Facebook message, be kind enough to send it. It's up now. So if I did not read our Facebook page, so that I'm able to read it. And for those of you who are just, let's just use range since we don't know the specific figure. Just abducted. Now this happened over the weekend on Sunday. The Commissioner of Police in Kaduna State had earlier said no abduction of the kind had happened. Others who had put out report that this abduction did happen. Some security operatives, a DPO for example. The thing is, when this happened, we had convened, at the government house, and we had asked questions. Some people in the local government area said nothing comment, or the Commissioner of Police had to put out that statement that no abduction had happened. They said this was not a denial of any kind. It was just information management. But now that they've confirmed, they've immediately gotten on top of the situation and they're rectifying it. The reaction is, why did you? But we're investigating. As we get new information, we would let you know. The outrageous that they're for Makoko, we have an Obieze Kwesili who has put out a statement who says that these demolitions do not have a human face. She thinks it's classism. You're trying to remove the poor people who you believe deface this Lagos state. This is not about urban development, but the government says that. Obi said when you spoke to these people, you said you were only going to demolish certain areas who were under the high tension wire as a form of protection. But now you've breached that arrangement that you had in Makoko. These are the two stories. Let's get your feedback. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
I was listening. Good morning, mainland and the crew. I was listening to the state government and the security agencies, especially the police. Why would they say they are not the kidnap when in reality they were kidnapped? So the governor of the state itself is a company. Nobody will tell me that the governor is not aware that when we meet a few weeks ago, you hide those information that there's no way it will definitely come out one day. So when we have problem, we are not even letting the whole world to know what our problem is.
My take on the incident of the abductions, he was already privy to the details of the incident, and Khan was raising alarm. The police rushed to deny book and peddling falsehood, but it's Nigeria, and what we see instead is the Police High Commission defending the show of Shah did not remember that all eyes are now on Nigeria as far as insecurity is concerned. The admittance of the police as regarding on the right to expose the rots in the society. Efforts should be geared towards the setting free of those kidnapped without further delay. Noah from Uganda is the author of that one. We have Sixtus who says, good morning, everyone. In the issue of Kaduna's abduction, the police, which we claim to be official, said no abduction, but one considers the government of all levels should know that there is no secret any longer with the advent of social media. So we need to be careful. People cannot provide for themselves. Benjamin from Shogunle sent that one. We have good. It's very unfortunate. Another disgraceful display of leadership failure on the part of the APC-led government. Sometimes I'm tempted to think that the federal and most state government a lot of things about this Christian genocide. Hence, the Mikeja sent that one. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
This is ᴏᴜᴛᴜ. Okay, I'm calling from Lagos.
Welcome.
We are used to our leaders having rulers lie. They will tell us to do. Last time, like Mohammed said that they are free to but they are only other steps are looking for where to hide. Right, and tell us that yes. Come and take 20 to the so, and giving us
For calling. Hello.
See, I said something I think on the show yesterday. But what our government just to deny. See, the terms of there is a problem. So all these parts that we are not seeing any meaningful solution. Just admit why covering of property is in the land. Everybody to shut up. Nothing is like nothing like that. No human feelings anywhere. So some people are crying and some people are looking for their family members, and yet government is quick to just go and deny. There is zero in any nation. Because when on the case of gunpowder in this nation.
Thank you for calling.
Kaduna. The Kaduna massacre abduction, Abi?
Yes.
Well, it's just the same them amnesty, saying that he has provided to listen 70. I'm John from Oba. Which means some people are building the house, some are, for God's sake, he starts to ask money to train a soldier. Money. Look at the certain waste that is being controlled, that is being allowed with the system.
All right.
talking about. Why did you declare state of emergency?
We take about what 3-4 phone calls because we need to go back to reading messages. So if you'd like to call, please do so this very moment, because in another 10, that's the number to dial. What?
Yeah, this is Don calling from Ojota.
Yes.
When we check it, to take the narrative to the insecurity level in our country today, you can see that when we caught the insecurity, when we arrested those Maruda, we free them again. Now, look at the issue. When a blackmailer is being paid one so money. Hello?
What story? Hello? Okay. Please, when you call, let out, right? Hello?
This in Kaduna, people that murdered our security agents, to get them arrested, and the kidnapping, terrorism will come in this. That is why this issue of Kaduna, eventually, even when they are caught, they are still going to be someone that know what they put in, and before you know it, they will regroup as offenders instead of taking up their responsibility of protecting the lives of property of those that they are governing.
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you. Now. James went on Facebook said situation in the country regarding the Makoko issue, like, do you relocate everyone to a community except those scatter them across for coming to evict everyone? Don't worry, we'll send you coffee. James went on authentic information on issues that has to do with Nigeria. All I just want to do is appeal to fellow Nigerians to please calm down and take it easy. It's glaring that the abduction of people in Kaduna was initially refuted, only for the police to later confirm the incident, and investigation is ongoing. The truth of the matter is that the present administrative situation, finally, on the demolition of Makoko, by making provisions in terms of relocating these people affected. Williams, who says, good morning, Sage and Fuad, all Nigeria government at all levels, always in position, reasonable country. Benjamin E. So let's see what's up. I read this. Should have asked against Joshua where Makoko people were relocated to and the compensation plan to rock. They deny everything as a first line charge, then backtrack. We see it with being petty, accusing NGOs of profiteering. Remember when we didn't get permit? Same thing with Oworo. Now Makoko, they're not sincere, always putting the card at 9 p.m. so you can stick around for that and send your contributions. I'm sure demolition of Makoko and the culture there, as other countries have trees with the same. We will continue to talk. Chuka from Yaba sent that one. Good morning. Failure, even if they give them expo, they're failing right from Buhari. They have nothing to offer the country. I'm not surprised with the defense they pushed forward. Everything. Why do they lie? Prince Samuel Ofobuisi from Ajegunle, Papa Lagos. We have Bolaji from no other reason. If the reason was for have enough spailing system placed on us by NEPA, now our normal units have struck again in Kaduna and they succeeded in abducting church members. The solution to this lingering issue of kidnapping is for the government to eliminate with them, should be treated as accomplices and be dealt with decisively. I'm trying to scan through Facebook very quickly in case I miss anybody away from difficult conversations, just because these things will make us uncomfortable, but we still have to do. There's the situation room, there's political roundtable on Sunday as well, so it's an opportunity for us to Babalola. We will take a break so that we can have global perspectives. That is where we tell you ceremony at every funeral, right, with from Greenland to Cuba to Venezuela. It will cover the majority of this recent events outside the borders of Nigeria.